A very good afternoon, dear students. I hope you all are safe at your place. I, Professor Sonal Agrawal, welcome you all on the digital platform of Agrawal Vidya Vihar English Medium College. This is a lecture for the subject Banking, Insurance and Financial Services. In the last lecture, we have discussed the difference between the whole life policy and endowment policy. Today in the lecture, we are going to discuss about the new topic, that is the nomination and assignment. I hope you are very much familiar with the word nomination. You have heard so many times the word nomination or nominee. But assignment, I think something new for you. So what do you mean by nomination? What do you mean by assignment? That we are going to discuss today. Hello. Today we are going to discuss the topic, that is the nomination and assignment. So starting with the meaning, that what do you mean by nomination and what do you mean by assignment? You may also familiar with the word nomination, I think, but you are not familiar with the word assignment. So now let's discuss that what is mean by nomination and what is mean by the assignment. Great. Now the question arises that what is the need of nomination and assignment? So if the policy holder happens to die prior to the maturity date, the assured amount may be claimed either by the nominee or either by the assignee. So this is the requirement to appoint the nominee and assignee. Here our topic is life insurance, so we are discussing the meaning of nominee and assignee with the relations of life insurance policy only. Here, so here we are taking the example which is related to the life insurance policy or the insurance policy. So here, what is the need to appoint nominee and assignee? That if the policy holder dies before the maturity date of the policy, so who is going to take the amount of the policy? So the answer is that this amount is claimed by either by the nominee or either by the assignee. So note that the appointment of nominee and assignee can be made only and only by the policy holder, not the family members, not the legal hire, not any another person can appoint the nominee and assignee. The right to appoint the nominee and assignee is in the hand of the policy holder only. So now start with the topic, that is the nominee. What do you mean by nomination? So section number 39 of the Insurance Act 1938. Just read the first paragraph. Done. So here the nomination is the process where a person holding a policy on his own life can nominate a person to receive the policy money in case of policy holder's death during the term of the policy. The same that we discussed, that the nomination is a process. Who is going to run this process? The person who is the owner or who is holding the policy is going to run this process, that the person is entitled to receive the amount who is appointed as nominee in case of death of the policy holder. Clear? If the policy holder dies before the maturity date, so the person who is appointed as a nominee going to receive the amount. Nominee, you can say it is just a trustee of the policy money. If the nominee is a minor, so the policy holder may name an appointee to receive the money during the minority of the nominee. If the nominee is minor, in that situation, in that case, the person has to also appoint a person to receive the money till the person is minor, till the nominee is minor. There is also a provision of cancellation of nomination any number of times by the policyholder by just giving a notice. Clear? It's not so that you have done the nomination and you have appointed any person as a nominee, then you can't cancel this person authority of the nominee and this procedure. Of course, you can cancel, and not any one time, two time. You can cancel n number of times. till the policyholder is alive, till the maturity date is not come, you can cancel the nomination at any number of time. Nomination can also be done jointly and also be successful order of nominee. Yes, of course, yes. It is not so that only one person can be appointed as a nominee. More than one person can also be appointed as a nominee, and with this, you can mention an order also. Suppose you have appointed Mr. A as a nominee, but in case of death of policyholder, Mr. A is entitled to receive the amount. But suppose that Mr. A, who is nominee, also dies before the maturity date, then who is going to receive the amount? So you can write the second name of the nominee also. You can write the list of the nominee as an order, that the first authority to collect the amount is in the hand of Mr. A. The second authority to collect the amount is in the hand of Mr. B. The third authority is Mr. C. In such a way, you can just make a list in the order of the nominee. Now the second is assignment. What do you mean by assignment? So here assignment, as per the section number 38 of the same, here nomination is section number 39 of the Insurance Act, and the assignment is section number 38 of Insurance Act. The assignment means complete transfer of your rights, title and benefit under the policy. Whatever as an insurance holder, as an insurance policy holder, whatever right you are having, title means ownership you are having, and whatever benefit you are going to receive from that policy, everything you want to transfer. Clear? If you assign your policy so that now you are not the owner, you are not having any right on the policy amount, now the second person who is appointed as assignee is become the owner of your life insurance policy. Yeah. Suppose for an example that you can take up, we have discussed also at the time of life insurance policy that the person is able to take a loan amount also on the security of life insurance policy. When we discuss the difference between the general insurance and life insurance, at that time I discussed this point, that if a person is having a life insurance policy, so the person is also entitled to get the loan amount on the security of life insurance policy. Now suppose because of any reason you have assigned your policy to the bank. Suppose you are not able to pay the loan amount with interest. In that situation, you assign your policy. So now the bank become the policy owner. Clear? All the rights of you, all the benefits that you are going to receive from that out of the policy, everything is transferred to the bank. Clear? Now you are not the owner. Now the second party, or you can say the assignee, is the owner of the policy. So here two kinds of assignments are there. First one is the conditional assignment, second one is the absolute assignment. Suppose you have taken a loan on the security of the life insurance policy. So till you are not able to pay the loan amount with interest, the bank is the owner of your life insurance policy. Clear? So here what is the condition? That the bank is the owner till you are not ready to pay the loan amount with interest. Clear? So it is known as the conditional assignment. You have transferred your rights, your title and your benefits on the basis of certain condition. If you repaid the loan amount with interest, then the condition is fulfilled. Now again you become the owner. So that's why this is known as the conditional assignment. Second one is the absolute assignment, that you permanently transfer your rights and ownership and the benefits to the next party. So that is known as the absolute assignment. Clear? It is also known as the permanent assignment. So the kindness of assignment is not the part of our syllabus, but as we are discussing the point assignment, so I think you should aware about the kind of assignment. So there are so many kinds of assignment, but basically all the kinds are bifurcated into two categories. That is the conditional assignment and absolute assignment. Conditional assignment is based on the fulfillment of certain conditions, and absolute assignment is the permanent assignment. Now let's start with the difference between the assignment and nomination. So here the first point is first column you can see that is all about the assignment, and second point is all about the nominations. Okay, what is the first point says that in case of assignment, the policy cannot be assigned before it is issued. So first point is all about that when it can be done. When you can done the assignment and when you can done the nomination. So the rule says that the policy cannot be assigned before it is issued. Yeah, before life insurance policy is not issued to you, you cannot assign. But you can, In case of nominee, it can be done just by mentioning the detail of the nominee before the policy is issued. Means before taking the policy in your hand, before the policy is issued by the life insurance company, you are able to do the procedure of nomination, but you are not able to do the procedure of assignment. I want to just give you the example about the opening of a account that you are very much familiar that whenever you are opening the account at that time, before opening the account there is a form, and in that form you can mention the name of the nominee. So same rule here also. Before receiving the life insurance policy, what you can do, you can just mention the detail of the nominee, but you cannot mention the detail of the assignee. The second point is all about the difference between is who can do. Yeah, who can do the assignment and who can do the nomination. So in case of assignment, assured means the person who has taken the life insurance policy or the absolute assignee can make the assignment. Suppose you have transfer your point all the rights and securities to someone, that absolute assignee can further assign the policy. So the person, or you can say the policy holder or the absolute assignee can make an assignment. But in case of nomination, only and only the assured means only the policy holder can make the procedure of nomination, no other else. The third point is about from where it can be executed. So assignment can be executed anywhere in the world. Here, this provision of assignment is available anywhere in the world, but the provision for nomination means the rules of the nomination is available only, you can say it is effected only wherever the Insurance Act 1938 applies. Otherwise, not. In some of the countries, the Insurance Act 1938 does not apply. So in that country, the nomination rules may change. Clear? It may be also that there is no provision of nomination, so it differs from country to country in case of nomination. But in case of assignment, the rules and regulations are same in case of any country where you go in out of the world. The fourth point is all about the consent. Clear? Assignee becomes the owner, so the person is having the full power to deal with the policy. There is no need to ask for the consent from the nominee. Clear? Assignee, you have assigned the policy means you have transferred your all rights and ownership to the next party. Now the next party is free to decide any decisions as per the own. Clear? No need of consent of the nominee. But here assignee can deal without the consent of the nominee as we discussed, but the nominee cannot deal without the consent of the assignee. Let's suppose you have assigned your policy also and you have write the name of the nomination also. In that situation, the nominee cannot act without the consent of assignee, but assignee can act without the consent of nominee. So the fourth point is all about the consent. The next one, fifth one, is about the right to sue. Assignee has right to sue, of course. Why? Because assignee become the owner of the property as you transfer of your all rights and benefits and title. But in case of nominee, the nominee has no right to sue in court. Here, because nominee is the person who is appointed just to receive the benefits, just to receive the amount in case of death of the person. The person means the policy holder. In case of the death of the policy holder before the maturity date, the nominee is appointed just to receive the amount. No any other right is given to the nominee. But in case of assignee, all the rights are given to the assignee. The sixth point is all about the need of witness. At the time you are doing the procedure of assignment, it is compulsory that it must be witnessed by one official person of the insurance company. Clear? And the signature of that witness is also required on the assignment form. Here it must be witnessed by whom? It must be witnessed by the person of the insurance company. But in case of nomination, there is no need of witness. Clear? You have mentioned the detail in the form and the procedure is over. No need of witness, no signature of the witness is required. The next point is all about the cancellation. As we discussed that in case of nomination, it can be cancelled n number of times. But in case of assignment, just you have assigned the policy means you have transferred the policy. Now all the rights gone from your hand. So there is no provision of cancellation of assignment. So be very, very careful at the time of assign your policy. because you cannot cancel after assignment. Here, if you assign your policy means all rights are transferred, and now you are not having any right even to cancel the policy, even to cancel the assignment also. The next point, point number 8, is all about that. In case of minor, if assignee is minor, then what the person can do, then if nominee is minor, that what are the rules. So if assignee is minor, then the guardian is to be assigned by the father of assignee. Who is going to appoint the guardian? The father of assignee. But if nominee is the minor, in that case, it is desirable to appoint the appointee on behalf of the minor by assured, who is going to appoint the guardian. The assured is going to appoint in person in behalf of the minor. But in case of assignment, the father of the minor, or you can say the parents or the guardian of the guardian of the minor, is going to appoint the person who is going to receive the amount. But in case of nomination, the person is appointed by the insurance policy holder. The ninth point is all about the death. Suppose in case of death of the assured, means the policy holder, if assignee dies, the life assured, but before the settlement of claim, policy money would be payable to the legal heirs of assignee. Here you have assigned your policy. Now suppose the assignee dies before the maturity date. So who is going to receive the amount? So the legal heir of assignee is going to receive the amount. But if the nominee dies after the life assured, but before the settlement of claim, means before receiving the amount, so the policy money would be payable to the legal heirs of the life assured, or means you can say the policy holders. Clear? It is here the amount is not going to pay to the legal heirs of the nominee. Here the amount is going to pay to the legal heirs of the person who is the owner of the policy, or you can say the assured. The next point, the 10th one, is about the assignment can be done in favor of anybody. Yeah, but nomination generally done in the favor of relatives. Let's suppose anybody, for example, here suppose you have taken a loan, so you have transferred the ownership to the bank. So bank is not your family, bank is not your relative, but even though you assign, so the assignment can be done generally in the favor of anybody, but the nomination is done generally in the favor of relatives. 11th point is all about the consideration. It is supported by consideration. Why you are going to assign your policy? Why you are going to transfer your all rights and the benefit to someone else? Of course, for consideration. Here, not without free of cost, or just as per your wish, you are not going to assign the policy. Of course, there are the reason which is supported by consideration. But in case of nomination, generally it might not be supported by consideration. Just you want to appoint a person to receive the money in behalf of you in the case of the assured before the maturity date. It generally need not be supported by any consideration. And the last point is about the dependency on life of the assured. Assignment does not depend on the life of the policyholder. Why? Because if the policy is assigned, means every right and every benefit is assigned to the next party. Now there is no relation of the there is no relation of the policy with the life of the policy holder. But in case of nomination, nomination is automatically cancelled if the policy holder is alive or survive at the time of maturity date. But in case of assignment, even if the policy holder is alive at the time of maturity date, even though the benefit will be given to the assignee. Why? Because you have transferred your old benefits in case of assignment. But in case of nomination, it is automatically cancelled. Why? Because in case of nomination, you have appointed a person to receive the amount in behalf of you. But even if you are alive, so no need of the second person, you are going to receive the amount. So there is a no the duty of the nominee that he has to perform. So it is automatically cancelled if the policy holder is survived at the time of maturity date. So this is all about the difference between the assignment and nomination. I have mentioned just here points of difference, so it will be easy to you to remember that what we discussed in today's lecture, that we have discussed the difference between the nomination and assignment. The first point is related with the when it can be done. So assignment can be done not before issuing the policy, but nomination can be done before issuing the policy. Again, I am repeating, assignment cannot be done before issuing the policy, but nomination can be done before issuing the policy. The second point is about the who can do. So here the policy holder or absolute assignee can make an assignment. In case of assignment, assured person means the policy holder or the absolute assignee can do the assignment. But in case of nomination, only the assured, only the policy holder can do the nomination. Then third point of difference is about executed from where. So in case of assignment, it can be executed anywhere in the world. The rules and regulations are same. Clear? You are anywhere. You are suppose you have not now after doing the assignment, you are not living in India. Even though from other country, you can execute the right of assignment. But in case of nomination, it can be effective only and only where the Insurance Act 1938 applies. Yeah, in some of the countries this act is not applied, so from that country you cannot exercise the right of nomination. The fourth point is about the consent. In assignee is can deal as per the wish without the consent of nominee, but nominee cannot be deal without the consent of assignee. So it is a vice versa. Why? Because nominee is not the owner. Who is the owner? Assignee is the owner. So in case of nominee, the nominee has to take the consent from the assignee. But assignee can deal without the consent of nominee. The fifth point is about the right to sue. In case of assignment, the assignee has all the rights to sue, but in case of nomination, the nominee has no right to sue. The next point of difference is the need of witness. At the time of doing the procedure of assignment, it is compulsory that that procedure must be witnessed by an official person of the insurance company, and the signature of that official person who is the witness is also required on the form of the assignment. But in case of nomination, there is no need of the witness. Just you have to mention the detail of the nominee, that the person to whom you want to appoint as a nominee, and the procedure is over. There is no need of witness in case of nomination, but witness is required in case of assignment. The next point is about the cancellation. That after doing the assignment, you cannot cancel your assignment, but after doing the nomination, you can cancel the nomination n number of time, means any number of time, as per the wish of the policy holder. The next point of the difference is about the in case of minor. If assigner is minor, then what? If nominee is minor, then what? So if assignee is minor, in that situation, the legal the guardian is appointed by the father of assignee. Again, I am repeating, in case of assignee is minor, in that situation, the guardian is appointed by the father of assignee. But if nominee is minor, then the guardian is appointed by the assured person who is the owner of the policy. The next point is about the in case of death. So if assignee dies, or if nominee dies before receiving the amount, then the amount is paid to whom? Again, I am repeating, this is point about in case of death of the person who is assignee or who is nominee. If the person dies before receiving the amount, then what? Clear? What are the rules? So in case of assignment, if assignee dies before receiving the amount, in that situation, the amount of the policy will be payable to the legal heirs of the assignee. As you all know that assignment means the transfer of the ownership. So now the assignee is the owner. So of course, yes, the policy amount will be given to the legal heirs of the assignee. But in case of nomination, if the nominee dies before receiving the amount of the claim, so of course the policy amount will be payable to the legal heirs of the owner. And who is the owner? The policy holder. The assured person is the owner. Yeah, the amount of the policy will not be payable to the legal heirs of the nominee. Of course not. Why? Because nominee is not the owner. Nominee is the person just appointed to receive the amount in case of death of the policy holder before the maturity date. The next point of the difference is in favor of. So generally you can do the procedure of assignment in favor of anybody. The example of the loan that I have given to you, that in that situation you assign your policies to the bank. So here assignment can be done in favor of anybody, but the nomination is generally done in the favor of relatives. The next point of the difference is about the consideration. Of course, you cannot transfer, you generally the person is not transferring the ownership without consideration. Clear that it must be, if you are going to assign your policy to someone, it must be supported by consideration. Clear? But in case of nomination, it generally need not to be supported by consideration. As per your wish, as per your need, you can do the procedure of nomination without consideration also. The next point is about the dependency on life of assured. So assignment does not depend on the life of the policyholder. Why? Because on the maturity date, whether the policyholder is alive or not does not matter in case of assignment. Why? Because in case of assignment, assignee is the owner. So the amount will be received by assignee or by the legal heirs of assignee. Clear? So there is no relationship between the life of assured. But in case of nomination, if the policyholder, if the assured person is alive, then the nomination is automatically cancelled and the amount will be given to the assured person. Why? Because now there is no need of a person who is going to receive the amount as a nominee, because the policyholder, because the assured is alive at the time of maturity date. So this is all about the nomination and assignment. Again, I'm repeating with the what we did in today's lecture. We have started with the meaning of nomination and assignment. What do you mean by nomination? Nomination is just to appoint a person to receive the amount in behalf of you, here in behalf of a person or in behalf of the policyholder, if the policyholder is not alive at the time of maturity date. Again, I am repeating, nomination is a procedure to appoint a person as an entitled person, as an authorized person to receive the policy amount if the policy holder is not alive at the time of maturity date. And assignment means full transfer of your ownership, means title of your rights, whatever you are having as a owner, and all the benefits that you are going to receive out of your policy. So here you are transferring your rights, your title and your benefits under the policy. This is all about the nomination and assignment we did in the today's lecture. Then we discussed the difference between the nomination and assignment. That we in that topic we have discussed the 12 differences between the nomination and assignment, and in the last I have given you the points of differences also. You can mention in the differences table these points of differences, and if you remember just these points of differences, so easily you can remember the difference between the assignment and nomination. So with this, the topic is over. We are going to meet in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe, start learning. As I said, the learning is a continuous process. Have a good day. Thank you.